experience. But the way who I am right now, I'll just give you a little bit about my background and then where I'm at right now. So my journey into mindset, manifestation, energy healing, all of that started with my own issues. So I was having mental issues. I was constantly anxious, depressed. I wouldn't say overweight, but I was having like digestive issues. My hormones were whack.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, like everything was like really chaotic, and I was unaware at the time of what that was. So it started with trying to figure out solutions in the physical. So I went really into my body and really into health and really into fitness. And that helped, but not completely, but I was obsessed with that. Like I was obsessed with the food that I was putting in my body. I was thinking that there was some sort of like vitamin or some like food or
magic pill.
Yeah. And even like the stuff in the soil. So I was doing my master's at the time in sustainable food systems. And so I was like, okay, it's the glyphosate that's getting into the soil that's like causing all of these issues, that's like messing with my brain. So I knew about the mind-body connection, but I was so focused on the physical. And then something happened where I realized that I had a lot of suppressed trauma and that I had not dealt with at all. And then everything started clicking, like how your non-physical is manifesting through the physical, and then it all started making sense. And so I went really deep into healing, into energy work, into mindset after that, and then manifestation after that. So it started with the healing, and then it got into like, whoa, the mind's like super crazy powerful. Like, let's use this to start like creating our lives and sort of like hypnotizing. Because I was brainwashed before that in a negative way. It was affecting me negatively in my mind, body, in my mind and body and my emotions. And then I was like, wait, let's just use this knowledge to like benefit ourselves. Like, it's the same thing. Let's just like hypnotize ourselves to like
Do something good.
Yeah.
How do you connect the body and the mind? Like how does that process work, and why is it important?
Yeah. So the body is just the manifestation of the mind. So it starts with your thoughts and then your feelings and then your actions. So the body is just a manifestation of whatever is going on in the mind. And so there's two ways. Like if you want to heal something, you can look at it through changing what's going on in the mind. And so that would be done through meditation, through hypnosis. We were talking about Joe Dispenza before. He's great with that. But then you can also do it somatically, because the memories and all of your emotions are stored within your body. Your subconscious mind is manifested through the body. And so you can also do it somatically. So through breath work, through, we were talking about working out, like through things like that. So there's two ways to look at it. But yeah, the body is just the manifestation of the mind.
Wow. What is the TS method?
So the timeline shifting method is under the premise that there's infinite timelines existing for you right now. So infinite parallel realities, essentially.
A multiverse.
Yeah. So with your consciousness, you are going to be, you can put yourself on any timeline that you can see from inside, because everything you're seeing from inside, everything that you're imagining is already existing for you, or else you wouldn't be able to see it, right? And so the timeline shifting method, so the first part about it is going back. And so if there's blocks that are stopping you, you have to go back. So you're shifting through the timeline of your life and you're allowing your intuition. So it's done through breath work to just sort of change your brainwave state. And then you're going, and I'm leading you through guided meditation, visualization. So you let your intuition guide you to moments that are blocking you, like root moments that are blocking you. And then you're healing those. And then once there's that space has been created, you're going back to the root, you're clearing the space. And then you're going and you're shifting to whatever timeline that you desire. And so whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you want is on a specific frequency. And so just aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, which is your frequency, to the timeline that you actually want.
Can you learn things from other timelines?
What do you mean by that?
Let's say in past lives, okay? That's what I do believe in past lives as well. I believe that our soul has been here for multiple journeys. Can you take trauma with you in other lives?
Yes, 100%.
Can you learn from other lives, gain wisdom from other lives?
100%. Yeah, there's some research out that actually proves this, but yeah, you're carrying the memories So you're carrying the memories in your genetics from past lives as well, and through your ancestry. So it's kind of separated because past lives is just your soul, your spiritual self, and then through your body you carry the information from your ancestors in this body, right? And yeah, 100%. So it was really interesting too. And I think this is like an experiential thing, right? You can't prove that there's past lives, at least now.
Of course, yeah.
But with my ayahuasca ceremony, I was actually shown that, like, it showed me that, like, this was this current life, like the trauma and everything that I was working through. But then there was like this, that was like past lives. And it was like, it was so interesting because a lot of I had so much pent up fear, and it was showing me all these different memories that I'd never seen before that were just manifesting and showing up now, that I was like, oh, I understand why I was like that. But yeah, it showed me that, like, your past lives has a huge role in how you are experiencing reality now. And then it's just becoming aware of that. Something cool that I want to do is a past life regression. I don't know if you've ever done that.
I would love to too. I know I have never done it for sure. I've just started to like open up my perspective on spirituality, so I would definitely like to try that. But how was your ayahuasca experience? Where'd you do that?
So I went to Costa Rica to do that.
Okay.
I did it at Rhythmia.
With a shaman?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool. I find that so cool.
Yeah, so it was 4 ceremonies, and 4 ceremonies in a row, and each ceremony was with a different shaman, with a different energy, with a different brew. So it was very different. Like, obviously each ceremony is going to be super different.
So there's different brews.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So there's different brews. So the last one was with Taita, and he was a shaman from the jungle, and he came in.
Shout out Taita.
Yeah. Taita. Yeah. And he had a brew yahe, and so it's slightly different than ayahuasca, I believe. And yeah, man, it was intense. It was so transformative, though. It did feel like there was so, like, they say it's like 10 years of healing in a week. It was like a lifetime. I'm like, I don't even know how I would be aware of all of these different things if it wasn't for this. So yeah, it was completely transformative. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, traveling for that too, like, it must have been such a cool experience. So, like, especially like the environment and like I don't know, just the people you're around is just, you're not home, right? You're just away. You're in this dreamlike, this dreamlike state. That's so cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But like, you said healing, but when you talk about healing, it's just pretty much overcoming limiting thought patterns, right? It's pretty much like, when you break it down, that's what it is.
Yeah.
How do you overcome these limiting thought patterns?
Mm-hmm. So thought patterns and also emotions, because sometimes like they always say, like, trauma isn't what happened to you, it's the story and then the emotion that you have with the story. So it's both of those. And sometimes, so when you're healing too, it's really hard to change the conscious mind with the conscious mind. And so sometimes you just need the emotion. You need the frequency, because that's what's stored in the body. And so when you go about your day, you'll be triggered by different things that are just hitting emotions in your body, and then you'll be reacting.
That's
and
true.
Then, yeah. And then your behavior will be different, right? And so the more that you can clear from your body, mind, system, the less you're going to be triggered, the more you're going to be like grounded, and then you won't be reactive. But in order to shift that? Yeah. Yeah, to shift that. So there's so many different modalities that you can use. So my advice would be for the people listening is to find something, just listen to what your intuition is telling you on what modality is going to be most supportive to you right now, because there's so many. Listen to your spirits with that. Like, this one I'm really resonating towards right now, and then switch it up. Like, I did so many different modalities. I was a crazy person. I sold everything. I didn't buy anything for myself for 2 years and put all my resources into healing. And I tried everything, and I just listened to what was next. And especially too, find the modality, but also use discernment with the person who's teaching you the modality, just because everyone can know the theory behind something, but tune into energetically, are you aligning with the individual who is also leading you through these different things,
who
learn
do you
from
vibrate
mistakes.
with,
Yeah. So with healing, there's 2 ways. You can go from it from a mind way, and I've done both, and you can go through it through a somatic way, like going through your body. I personally have found the most transformative for me as a highly sensitive person, going into the body and healing the emotions that way and healing the frequency. So sometimes you don't even need to know the story. It's just like letting that go, what you've carried and held onto in your body, and then letting that go. So
And that's breath work?
breath work, yep, you can do breath work. I was telling you that I did the quantum flow, so that was like yoga, that was tai chi, that was meditation, activations, sound healing. There's so many different energy practices that you can use. The one that I did at the beginning of this was specifically with narcissistic abuse, but you can use it with anything. Was you would connect to the other person's essence. And so in the sessions, we didn't talk. It was with a coach, so you didn't talk at all. So you would just connect with the other person's essence. He was leading you through this. And then you would be sort of sending that energy, whatever it was, guilt, shame, anger that you've held on to, back to the individual, and then adding light into that. So there's literally like a zillion different modalities with, if you want to work at it somatically, or if you want to work at it from like top down through the mind and like hypnosis and things like that.
What are other kinds of meditations? Like we talked about like going to the gym. Like do you consider working out as a form of meditation?
Yes, yeah. So working out for me has definitely been meditation, because you have to, when you're at the gym, connecting with your body, you have to be present. You have to like